Alright guys, join me by the fire. We're going to talk about how I made my wand. And if you see my previous videos, I had a slightly worse wand, and now it's better. Um, it'll be up for free mirror service as well, if you feel like mirroring it. Is it worth it? Probably. This costs around like 170x to make and a few days. So if a mirror is like 210 or whatever they're at right now, it's might be worth it. But there's also some really nutty like synthesis base ones. Um, but if you run it into POB, it's like 1 or 2% worse. But they look better, they look cooler because you have synthesis base. But spell damage is definitely the uh, best base possible. So it has T1 runic spell damage, T1 cold, pretty well divined, T1 lightning, T1 attack speed, T1 multi with a craft chance quality, and it has the 30% quality perfect fossil base combined with 18% quality. You actually hit the 48% breakpoint. 48 divided by 8 is 6, so we're actually getting 6% attack speed with the harvest enchant. So that's an overview, and I'll talk about how I made it. First thing you do, I made a video on crafting wand, but that was using essences to get T1.5 lightning. But to get the spell damage, it's the same process. It's just you want to use a 30% quality base with 3 white sockets, and you could dupe it a few times. If you guys want, I can make a video on how to dupe items. Just like let me know if you care. So yeah, once you dupe the base, then you use one of the bases. You do the 1 out of 3 fracture and restore imprint each time you miss until you have it. So now you have a blue item with just fractured spell damage. You're just gonna alt spam until you hit a T1 suffix, because on a blue item you can only have at most 1 prefix. So you can't alt spam until you hit like lightning damage or cold damage. You can chaos spam, but there's a chance that you get mods that aren't removable, and you won't be able to imprint because it will be yellow. So you'll end up wasting, or potentially wasting 700, 800 chaos to get T1 lightning or T1 cold, and then it could end up not being targetable to remove everything else. So what I did is I just alt spam until I hit T1 attack speed or T1 multi. Ideally you want to have both, maybe like a lower tier multi, so that you can remove add crit with caster mods blocked, so that it's a 1 out of 12 to hit T1 multi. And then after you have suffixes done, so that's T1 attack speed, T1 multi, and you'll have your spell damage prefix, you're going to keep cannot roll caster mod suffix on, and then you're just going to remove augment and then remove add colds until T1 colds, and same for lightning. It takes 107 remove adds for cold and lightning, each one 107 to hit T1 on average. So that's 214 remove adds to get both T1, and if they go for about 40C each, which is the rate if you're buying in bulk, that's 8560 chaos divided by X rates. Costs about 61x to get your T1 cold and lightnings, and then it costs like another 20 to 30x in divines, targeted divines like rando cold, rando lightning, to get those divined up to like 99.5% perfection, give or take. And then getting attack speed is really easy. You just randomize attack speed like 2 or 3 times, you'll have it. And then you can randomize crit multi and then keep doing the craft until you get perfect craft, or you can put the craft on there and then randomize crits, and it would be 1 out of 120. And randomized crits go for 15 times 120, it's 1800 divided by 140. Just randomizing the crit would be 13x on average. There is a slightly more efficient way to divine it, where you divine the crit multi first, and then you divine attack to get the craft divined, and then you divine lightning, and then you divine cold, and then you divine speed. It turns out to be pretty similar cost because of just how the numbers work out. So it doesn't really matter which approach you take. Either way, this is up for free mirror service, and then if If you can't afford that, I do have. Oh, by the way, this is for min-maxers. Like, you focus on your wand last, in my opinion. But I do have like my old wand for sale. I'd probably take like 80x for it. Yeah. Hopefully this video was informative. Hopefully one of you min-maxers out there wants one of these wands. If so, just hit me up. Probably on Discord if I'm offline. Cool, guys. Have a good one.